with the most amazing Will from Lilian May. I have been waiting for this moment. I've been hugging him since he's actually arrived. I don't know if he likes it, but I'm going to be doing it anyway. But tell us about what your business does.
So we focus on watercolours really.
Yeah.
So originally we started out painting watercolours for people as house portraits, as gifts.
Yeah.
So really thoughtful gifts. The business Lilian May actually is named after my grandmother, and what I knew I wanted to do was to make thoughtful gifts for people.
Yes.
So people could give something, and the person who received it knew how important, how much someone had thought about them.
Yeah.
So that's how I started.
Yeah. And it's a family business, isn't it?
A family business.
Because it was named after your grandmother.
Grandmother, yeah, absolutely. And now we've got my mother, my 2 aunties, and my 2 nephews as well.
Oh my goodness!
So,
and how's that on a day-to-day basis? Does it work?
Yeah, it does work. I know when to not be there. When my mother and aunties get together, it's wonderful. But
you keep yourself in another room. Yes. So what we've got here, Charlie, you should come and have a look in. What have we got here today?
So we've got our sketches that we're going to be painting today.
Yeah.
And then we've got a series of watercolour paints that we actually make. And they're all plastic free.
Yes.
And hand mould, which is the traditional way of creating watercolour paints.
Amazing. And what does that actually, hand mould?
Yeah, so we've got a glass muller, which is, if you think of like a pestle and mortar, it's a similar thing, but you use a piece of marble, and you put the pigments on and some binder, like a gum arabic, and then you mix it together and you get this glass muller, and then you grind the pigment into the binder.
Into the binder, so you create these amazing colours here. And it's all on this ceramic, these beautiful ceramic dishes.
Thank you. Yes.
I love these so much.
Do you? Thank you. Yes, we make these as well. These were the first thing that we made. Do you remember when we first started interacting during lockdown?
Lockdown. It was on SME SOS's tea parties, wasn't it?
Absolutely. Yeah. And the first image we did on Instagram was actually, I remember you saying, and it was so important because it was a terrifying time, and so we were tuned in every day to you, and you said, look, tell everyone that you're still open for business.
Yes.
And so we painted a house, which was the Lilian May Studio, and we said open for business or something like that, and we had the writing of the theme tune to Conversations of Inspiration kind of coming out of it.
Oh my goodness!
And so then, if you remember, you said about, okay, it's going to be fine, we might need to pivot, and that's what I knew we needed to do anyway, and so it really rang true with me. And I thought we could do sets for people because people were at home, and I thought people can, before we did paint-alongs on Instagram, I thought people could actually, have a set of things to do at home. But I didn't want to, I looked at the things to go in it, like palettes and paints and things, and they're all mass-produced plastic.
Yeah.
And I just thought, do you know what? Lilian May is going to be something special. We're not going to have that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely.
So
it's the most beautiful thing. And these are your, aren't they? They're actually, firstly, look at this packaging here. And when you come through, you actually get entire kits where you can actually do paint-alongs, as Will said. But we're going to do a paint-along now, aren't we? We're going to do a paint-along. So tell me what we're going to do. This is where I'm starting. So excited. So right.
First of all, we're going to do our first washes.
Yes.
And so they've got time to dry, we'll start with the mortar section, which is here. So if we get our brushes, we want the middle brush. So we've got a large stippler. So I think this one.
That one, perfect.
Yeah.
Right.
And we'll bring some water into our palette.
Just going to be confident here, everyone. This is fine. Okay.
A little bit more water with this.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. More water. Here we are. Yeah.
Perfect. That looks amazing. And then we're going to bring some of our burnt umber, and we're going to mix that with our red just to tone it down, because we're doing the mortar behind the bricks really for this bit.
Okay. Yeah.
And we might just put a bit more water. This burnt umber here actually is. It's a super old pigment, it's an ancient one. This is what they used for cave paintings, prehistoric times.
No.
It's the same painting. Isn't that crazy?
Oh my gosh, so we're almost cave painting here.
Yes, we are. We don't need to be precious with it.
Okay.
We're just going to fill this whole section.
Yeah, not precious, just fill this whole section, yes.
Yeah, because we're going to paint over it with bricks afterwards anyway, so we can...
Tell me about what it does to you when you do something like this. Like, I've instantly started to feel relaxed.
Yeah, isn't that wonderful? it's difficult to say. I won't say it's mindful, but that seems a bit like a buzzword, but it's so true.
Yeah.
You kind of focus in, and your brain kind of goes somewhere else, doesn't it?
Yeah.
And you kind of forget the worries, you know, stresses of the world.
Yeah,
and,
absolutely.
And just focus on what you're doing. And I think that's one of the loveliest things.
Loveliest things. And do you think that when you're building your business, one of the things that we, you know, we feel very passionate about what we're doing, bringing you to the world, you know, bringing your incredibleness and how you've created this. So no plastic.
Yeah.
So we're looking after the planet. You're creating something that actually is so thoughtful for the recipient. You're also creating something, if you do your paint-alongs or you get your own kits, that's mindful. You work with your family. You're a good human being, I can say that.
Thank you.
And you're creative and you've got values. This is really important, isn't it, for the world?
Yeah, absolutely. And do you know what? It's from you, honestly, that you know that was a focus for me. I thought, you know, this is what I need to do, because what you're doing with Holly & Co, you know, it resonates with me so much. It's, you know, it's the real things. You know, these things are made by, and everything in Holly & Co are made by people who love that thing. And, you know, and there's no shortcuts, and, you know, and people are being paid properly. It's their own business. You know, they're looking after the people who work for them. You know, my family work, you know, in this business.
Yes.
And, you know, and that's, listening to your conversations of inspirations and your business pharmacies, you know, it seems to be that that's a kind of a movement that's happening.
Yeah.
And it needs to happen, I think. You know,
Yeah.
in this world, so much kind of plastic things, and there's no need for it. And, you know, you think of landfill and also bad working conditions.
Yeah. I'm pretty happy with
That
this.
is amazing.
What do you think,
That's
teacher?
so good. Yeah, wonderful.
Oh my goodness, I
That's
think I
absolutely
need
beautiful.
it. I need it, right. Okay, so what do I need?
We'll take our cadmium yellow.
Yes.
And we want quite a lot of
I
this.
love this. I say yellow, you say
Cadmium yellow.
cadmium yellow, yes.
So we'll bring that over.
Yeah.
Perfect. And then if we wash our brushes.
Yep, got you.
And then we'll bring over our French ultramarine, which is our blue.
Our blue, or our French ultramarine,
Yeah,
yes.
because original ultramarine was actually lapis lazuli, what the Egyptians used in, you know, all that blue and all the jewellery.
Yes.
So that's, and the
Gosh,
pigment in the
love
old paintings, it's heaven, isn't it?
Heaven.
Heaven.
Look at this, Charlie. It's happening. I feel like I'm in
Beautiful.
primary school realising that blue and yellow makes green, but not this type of green. Look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Look at that. Amazing. So, right,
Wonderful.
we're going to get on with our bushes here.
Yeah. And so
she says.
we don't see
Oh,
the
okay.
colour.
I've got what you're doing.
Yeah,
I
no,
get.
that looks
It's
absolutely
as if
brilliant.
you've
Yours
done
looks
it
more
before.
realistic. There are three things really that I try and always focus on with the business, and it's one of them's community. So doing this,
Yes.
you know, is so important. Being part of Holly & Co is so important, and also the paint-alongs. You know, actually we're all there, we're all doing it.
Yes.
And I'm not showing anyone how to paint. We're just painting together. It's you know, it's a paint-along.
Yes.
Rather than a tutorial.
So community.
It's community. And then the other thing is nature. It's in our paint-alongs, we sometimes do, you know, we'll do beetles or, you know, butterflies, moths.
Yeah, yeah.
But also it's where we don't use plastic at all in any of our packaging or anything. It's all natural. And, you know, and these are natural pigments.
Yeah.
You know, it's all about appreciating nature and also bringing that into what we do every day.
If he gets a TV show, you've
I'm
seen it
not.
here first. He's not going to do it, but you wait and see what happens.
Oh, thank you, Holly. Third thing was creativity.
Yes,
So,
creativity.
you know, and it's so important in life. And again, you know, I've learned so much from you with creativity, building a creative business. It's sometimes I have more fun with that than painting.
Yes. Will, thank you so much for coming to the House of Small Business.
Thank you for having me.
It's
It's been such a joy. I've loved every second.
I've loved every second.
Oh,
my
thank
gosh.
you.
On Holly & Co, you exclusively sell this. What is this?
That's right, yeah. So they're house portraits for a gift, a really thoughtful gift. So the person who buys it places their order and then sends in a photo of the house they'd like. So whether that's, you know, a new home for somebody or, you know, lots of emotional
Or going
things.
back in time.
Yeah,
your own
absolutely.
homes.
Yeah.
Yes.
And also a really kind of emotional one is when people sell their family homes.
Yes.
You know, and it's
and you want to keep it forever.
yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah.
And then you create what we've been creating today
That's fine.
of that picture,
Yeah.
and then send this. I mean, it's absolutely, look at that, Charlie. This is as if we Blue Peter. This is the one that's done that actually Will did, and luckily you won't have me painting it for you. But what a gift that is.